doing a few practice worksheets, and that's it. So last week we learned how to say. So last week we learned how to write and say sun, which is your. So let me pull up my pencil here, and it's kind of hard to write on computer, but it's like a box with a line in the middle. Yes. Yeah, very good, very good. For this one, I know it's kind of hard, but you want to make sure the lines don't go past here, because then it might look like here, here. So, um, you want to make sure it's just like a close one. So it's pronounced yer with the R and the I and the fourth tone. Next, we learned moon, which is yue. So it looks like the sun. It, we have the little hook here in the corner, and then we have two lines in the middle. So last week we learned how the words originated. So this week we won't learn that in case anyone's repeating this lesson. And then we have person here, which is Rin. It's just like this. This drawing isn't very clear, but you want this line here to be longer than this line, because if it's the other way, it can mean a different word. So you want to be really, this means you. So it's not the same as June. So you want your left line to be longer than your right line. Next we learn shang, which is up. And it's just like an upside down T with a little line coming out the right. Yeah, that's very good. And then we learned xia here, which is down. Yeah. It's just T with a little diagonal line right here. Yeah, very good. So so we're gonna continue now to learn the new characters for this week. First we have water. Um so it's shui in Chinese. It has the third tone with the little check. So you can hear it, shui. It has like a little curve in the wording. And here you can see it kind of looks like a stream, like a stream right here. And then it progressed, it got here. And they kept simplifying and simplifying the words until we got what we have now, which is like a little hook here and two little like what's it, greater and less than signs on both sides. So it's just a little hook, and then yeah. So that's straight water. You can see how like it like use the pictures to represent the words. So it really converts into what we know today. So let's continue. We have mountain, which is sun in Chinese. Here's the big word here, the final word. You can see it started like, you can see those three little mountains here when it started. Then it progressed into like this. And then you can see how they changed it. And now it's just like a sideways E almost, if you put the E on the side. So mainly the main purpose of like making words be simple is so it's easier to write and you can write quicker, because it'd be really a pain if you had to like draw this every single time you wanted to talk about mountains. So it just really made everything so easy when they simplified it. That's Chan. It has the first tone here. Then we have wood. We have wood. It's mu in Chinese. So you can kind of see this looks like a tree here without like the leaves or anything. So it's just like the bare branch, and you can see the roots down here. And then it turned into this, and now we have mu here. So for anyone new, if you want to try and practice the words, you can test the annotate function, which looks like a little pencil, and you can draw it on the screen just to practice. So that's what mu looks like. So across, and then you have two little lines coming out of the across. So yeah, these two are both good. Um, that's mu. It also has the fourth sound here, so you can kind of hear it in my voice, mu, like down. So if everyone's ready, I can continue to the next word. Next we have rain, which is yu in Chinese. So let me get my annotate here. You can kind of see this like E thing looks like a cloud, and it has like the three raindrops down. And they like put the raindrops inside here, just for this one. Then they added this. So this one they have the drops kind of like that, but what I learned was to have them like in this picture, to have them like. So I'll go slower for anyone who needs it. So it's like a T, and then you put a box around the T. You have a little hook here on this side, on the right, and then you have your little raindrops on the inside. So that's rain. I'll clear this. Um, Next we have which is ear. So for this picture, I can kind of see how it looks like an ear right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like a little ear here. And then it turned into this, and then we got this and this. So to write you have a line on top. You have a shorter line here and a longer line, and you have two lines inside, and this line is diagonal, and it goes up. So this one is good, except for um this this line right here is the only one that goes outside the box. So I understand it's hard to draw on the computer, but you want to try to make sure your lines don't like go outside of the box because it can mean another word. So that's It has the third pronunciation. It's the text. So it's you can hear the tone change like instead of like Um, Finally we have woman, which is Myri. I don't really see how this looks like a woman, but they just made it like that, and it turned into this, and then this, and then finally we have our thing here. So it's a little less than sign, and then that line across. And You guys can all, yeah, this one is good. You can all practice with the annotate function. I'll wait for a little bit. Okay, do you guys have any questions? You can type it in the chat or you can unmute yourself. If there's any words you want to look at again, I'll be happy to go back to that slide. Okay. If there's no questions, we'll move on to our worksheet here, which our other teacher, Allie, will walk us through. So let me go to the worksheet. Okay.
Okay, so the first, like the, okay, sorry. So you can use the annotate function that you were using earlier on the slide to kind of just trace out these words. So it's kind of a step-by-step tutorial on how to write each of these words. So we're gonna start out with shan again, and if you don't remember, that means mountain. And as Anya said earlier, you can see like it's the shape of a mountain, you know. Oh, oops, sorry. So you guys can just practice writing it here. Yeah, you can write it either above or you could just write it directly on the box. Like I know that other people's lines show up, but that's like fine. Okay, Rick. So basically, um, the line in the center is first, and then after that, you do like a hooking line, it's kind of like a vertical and then a horizontal line, and then after that, you do the other vertical line. So that's like the exact steps. You can look at like the pink arrows, and you're just basically like adding on to the word. So everyone got shan. So I'm just going to say it again, shan, in case you missed it. And that means mountain. If you want, you can write it again, but if not, we'll just move on. Oops. Sorry. Okay, so moving on, we're going to water or shui. So this was the first word we learned. So like Anya said earlier, it's like a stream going down the middle, and then this is kind of like the water ripples. And it's basically kind of like a vertical hooked line with like a pointy end, and then it's like a greater and less than sign to represent the stream and then the ripples. So you guys can practice writing or tracing. Okay, yeah, that looks really good. I don't know who did the black, but good job. Um, so step by step, you do the hook first, and then you go with the left arrowhead pointed shape, and then you do it on the right. And if you want, you could put the finished product here if you want to practice. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there, but we're going to move on. Unless anyone has any questions, you can unmute or put it in the chat. Okay, moving on. We have and if you remember, that means like ear. So this one is kind of tricky because there's a lot of steps, as you can see. But to start, we're gonna start with a horizontal line that this is the top part, and we're gonna go top to bottom. So after that, we're gonna do the shorter line. So if you wanna remember the exact steps, it should be fine if you just want to like draw from memory, but in the future it's kind of better to know like the exact steps of writing it. So you start with like the horizontal line first because that's the very top of the character, and then you're going to go with the shorter line down first with the vertical line, and then you're going to do the longer line because you go short to long. And then after that we're going to do like, yeah, repeat the steps from before, and then we're gonna do the smallest horizontal line, and then we're gonna do that again, and then you're gonna add on the second horizontal line, and then all of that again, and then do the longest one. So it's kind of like short to long, both horizontally and vertically. So since this one's hard, I'm gonna give you guys like an extra minute to keep tracing it.
Also last week we had some people who wanted to write on paper, so if you're writing on paper right now, that's fine as well.
Okay, yeah, the person in the blue. I think that's pretty good. Um, so I'm gonna clear this. So in case you're writing it on the computer, then it's like a clean slate so that you can see all the lines clearly. Also, yep, if you have any questions, you can just leave them in the chat. Yeah, whoever did it in purple, that looks really good. Is everyone ready to move on? Okay, yeah, so we're gonna move on now. And Rick, it's totally fine that you're doing it on paper. Okay, so this is another tricky one. This one is yu, which means rain. So, oh yeah, and sorry to repeat this one is which is ear. This one is shui, which means water. And this one is shan, which means mountain. So, okay, yeah, so yu. So this one, I think it's kind of fun to write because of the little dots. So what you want to do, like the dots kind of, well, I like to think of it like an umbrella covering the raindrops. I don't know. Um, so once again, you're going to start with a horizontal line because you go top to bottom. And then we're actually going to do the vertical line first this time. A lot of people, they like to do the middle line first honestly, if you want to do that, it doesn't really matter, but the proper stroke count is supposed to be down this from the left first because we move left to right. Okay, so then we're gonna do horizontal line, vertical line, and then hooked motion. This is kind of like a common trend in Chinese character writing, like the hook connected to a vertical line. So after you do the vertical line half square kind of thing, then you're gonna add the line down the middle. And once you, oops, oh, this is like, my computer is really slow, sorry. And then you're gonna add the dots. So once again, it goes left to right, top to bottom. So you're gonna do the left side first, and you're gonna do one on top, one on the bottom, and then you're gonna move on to the right, and then once again, you're gonna go top to bottom. And then the finished product looks like this, kind of. Unfortunately, it's really hard to do this digitally, but I see that you guys are doing a really great job. So yeah, those all look really good. So I just cleared it so you guys can try again and do it on your own time. Okay, yeah, these look pretty good. The person who did it in the green, this looks mostly accurate. It's just you want to make sure that the left side isn't hooked because that one is just a straight vertical line. So unless anyone wants to slow down or has any questions, we can keep moving. So once again, this one is yu, which means rain. Okay, so this is the last one we have. This one is mu, which is like wood. So I think this one's kind of fun too, even though it's like like wood. I think of it kind of like a flower. So you obviously, well, not obviously, but oh, sorry. We're gonna start. We're gonna. I don't know why it won't let me click out of that, but okay, so we're gonna start once again with the horizontal line. Yeah, whoever's in the blue, good job. You start with the horizontal line and then we're gonna go with the vertical line. And then, yeah, so horizontal, vertical, and then you're gonna add kind of two diagonal lines, but they're kind of like curved. If you remember the word for person, ren, uh, it's kind of like that, except with like extra lines in it, like a horizontal and a vertical line. And then, yeah, so once again, you want to go left to right. So you're going to start with the left line and then you're going to go with the right line. So, yeah, yeah, those all look really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks great. Of course. Okay, so this word again is mu, which is wood. So once again, I'm just gonna clear this so you guys can all like take a look at the chart with no words on it so that you can just practice again and have like a clear view of all the arrows without the extra clutter.
Also, sorry if it was unclear earlier, but if you guys are having trouble annotating, you want to go to view options and then click annotate. Because on my screen I just saw pencil, but now that it's on Allie's screen, I realized that you have to like go through the settings.
Okay, yeah, these look really good. So we're just gonna move on to the rest of the worksheet. So this is kind of like matching. So here we have a word bank with all the words like, and there's some from last week. So here we have like shan or yeah. So and then it's like you can either say the color that it corresponds. Okay, yeah. So let's do the first one. Um, so shui. So let's see, which one of these is shui? You can either circle it with the annotate function, or in the chat, you can say which one it is. So I'm seeing one person says yu. I'm seeing two people put shui. So, or this one, yeah. So shui, or I know it's kind of confusing because it looks like a rain droplet, but it's actually shui is this one. So if you want on the line, you can practice writing it. Okay, yeah, these look really good. So I'm just gonna go above so that you can look at it again. So it's like this, just like the stream with the straight line and the ripples running down. So next we're gonna do this one, So which one do you guys think is or ear? You can either circle it or say the color of the character. So if you think it's this one, you can say orange in the chat, or you can just like circle it. So I'm seeing one vote for this, one vote for this one, and a lot of votes for this one. So it's actually, so is actually this. It doesn't, this one's the kind of tricky one because it doesn't look that much like an ear, but I guess you can kind of see it because it's like the top is like wider. Um, so yeah, is that one. And if you guys want, now you can practice writing it on the line. Yeah, this one looks really good. This one looks pretty good too. I would just suggest that you want to make sure that the lines actually don't really go out of the square because that technically isn't a word. Okay, yeah, these look really good. So now we're gonna move on to shan or mountain. So I'm gonna go back to the word bank. Which one do you guys think is shan? You can either circle it or say the color in the chat. Yeah, so I see Anya, Leo, and Rick all think that Shun is this red one, and they are absolutely correct. It is Shun, or that is Shun. So as you, this is kind of like a weird realistic mountain, but I guess you can kind of see like how they got the character because you can see like the how there's like dips and peaks. I really like whoever drew the person. That's really cute. Okay, so now, oops. So you guys can practice writing Shan here. Yep, that one's good. Oh, and once again, it's fine if you're doing this on paper. So, okay, we're just gonna move on to the next one. So this one, sorry for those of you who weren't here last week, but this one is R. So this one might be tricky for some of you. So which one do you guys think is R? You can either circle it, write it in the chat, write the color in the chat. So if you think it's this one, you can say green. So I'm seeing one vote for the orange one. I see Rick also said orange. Ooh, I'm seeing someone write orange. So I guess that we all think that it's the orange one. And you guys are absolutely correct. R is this one. So down here, once again, you guys can just like write the character. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. So this one is close, but actually you want to make sure that there's no extra line sticking out here like this part because that actually looks a lot like yeah, which is the word for moon. Yeah, this one looks really good too. So yeah, we're just gonna move on. And here we have this pretty little girl, and this word is new, or girl, or woman, whatever you want to call it. So which one do you guys think is new? Sorry. Once again, you can say the color in the chat, or you can circle it, write it out, whatever you feel like. Okay, I'm seeing a couple people saying black, and you guys are right. So this one is actually how you write new. So down here, you guys can write it again. And I personally think that this is one of the cooler ones. It has like the cool diagonal, double diagonal line and then the straight line. So you guys can try it. Yep, these look really good. Yeah, these look good. Yeah, that's another way that you can represent a girl. But in Chinese character language, we use this symbol. because not all of us have time to just draw out a woman when we're writing a paragraph or an essay or something like that.
Also for the pinyin here, you can see like it got kind of butchered. So if you're wondering, it's just there's a character with 2 dots on the U here, and then it's like that. But like it got kind of butchered by Google Docs.
Okay, so now we're gonna go on to yue, which is like moon. So I'm gonna go back to the word bank. Which one do you guys think is yue? Once again, you can either put it in the chat or circle it or whatever you feel is best for you. Oh, you circled a lot of them. So I don't really know which one you're talking about. So do you want to specify maybe? Like maybe circle. Okay, so I'm seeing more condensed on you. Oh, sorry. I see it more condensed on this yellow character, and you guys are right. This is how you write you. So it's actually really similar to ru, except it kind of has like not a tail. Yeah, kind of like a extra extension of these side lines. And I don't remember who it was. Thank you for the heart. I don't remember who it was earlier, but they kind of left on the extra vertical extensions for the r. So yeah, you guys can just practice writing it here again or writing it on paper, whatever suits you. I'm just gonna give you guys a few minutes. That's a really big one, but it looks good. Yep, that looks great. Okay, good job, guys. Okay, so we just have 2 more. Sorry if we're going a little bit over, but this one is mu or wood. So which one do you guys think matches best? Yep, so this pink character is how you write mu. And like if you remember earlier, it kind of looks like a ren with a horizontal and a vertical line going through it. So let's go down here. So I'm gonna give you guys a chance to practice writing it. Yep, the person who has the red cursor, good job. Yep, that looks great too. So sorry, I'm going a little bit faster, but I don't want to keep you guys too much over. Okay, so now we have our last one. This one is yu or rain. So this one has the cloud with the rain droplets. Yu. Oh. So which one do you guys think it is? And a hint is that it's the only one that we haven't done yet. Yep, it's the purple character. So this is how you write yu. So this is kind of like a cloud, and then the 4 dots are kind of like the droplets. So this one is a bit more complicated, but you can just picture like so you see how this could be kind of like the cloud, And then these are the raindrops. So yeah, you guys can just practice writing it here. And if you have to go, you can just leave now. We're basically finished with the lesson, just giving you guys an extra chance to practice. Yep, that looks great. I know some people are writing it on paper, and this just looks like most people have had a chance to attempt the character. So I think that we can end the class now. Anya, do you want to say something?
Thank you everybody for coming. Next week we're gonna be learning about, I think, animals or
Yeah.
family. I don't know. Either way, please come and bye everybody.
Oh, also, all of these materials, like the slides, the docs, and the recording of this lesson, will be posted on our Google Classroom. So if you want to review later on, you can just look there.